With the rise in cases of coronavirus across the country, the activities of Borno Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum in the month of April 2020 were low-key when compared to the 11 months he has been in office. Borno State recorded its first case of coronavirus on Sunday, April 19, 2020.
For the situation of the COVID-19 outbreak in Borno State.
And Professor Zulum immediately responded with a statewide broadcast. Zulum directed investigation of the index case and imposed 14 days lockdown to contain its spread.
I have signed an executive order declaring COVID-19 a dangerous disease. For this, I am hereby directing a lockdown that will require cessation of all movements in Borno State for an initial period of 14 days with effect from 10:30 p.m. on Wednesday, 22nd April 2020.
Under the lockdown, Professor Zulum directed the state's high-powered COVID-19 response team to hold daily media briefings in order to manage public apprehension. Professor Zulum also took time to monitor citizens' compliance with the lockdown. Concerned by the difficulties caused by the lockdown, Professor Zulum in April flagged off the statewide distribution of palliatives in which food items were to be distributed to vulnerable residents across wards. Professor Zulum thanked the Northeast Development Commission for making contribution on the palliatives. In April, Professor Zulum led public advocacy hammering on prevention against infection from the coronavirus.
Word, prevention, and again prevention.
Also in April, Professor Zulum received the Minister of Petroleum and the Group Managing Director of the NNPC in Maiduguri. Borno State received medical intervention to strengthen its ongoing fight against coronavirus. Still in April, Professor Zulum's hosting of the Minister of Petroleum and NNPC's GMD revealed plans to equip an infectious diseases hospital in Maiduguri. Zulum directed the allocation of suitable land for the project. To increase access to basic medical services, Professor Zulum in April assessed and directed immediate reconstruction and equipping of a primary healthcare center destroyed by Boko Haram in Tungushe, a village in Konduga local government area. Also in April, Professor Zulum ordered the reopening of healthcare center shut down in Gajigana, headquarters of Magumeri local government area in northern Borno State. In April, Professor Zulum undertook 2 humanitarian trips at Magumeri. Professor Zulum, at Easter holiday, supervised the distribution of food varieties, cash and textiles to 11,000 male and female households, each made up of at least 6 family members, at Ngala and Gamboru border towns, both in Ngala local government area. Professor Zulum in April supervised the distribution of food items, cash stipends and textiles to a combined total of 45,000 male and female households. In April, Professor Zulum was at an IDP camp in Mafa to assess damages caused by fire outbreak. He released food intervention to 250 household victims. Also in April, Professor Zulum was at a larger IDP camp in Ngala town over similar fire outbreak. He held discussions with officials of the State Emergency Management Agency to take preventive measures in all IDP camps. Professor Zulum in April assessed ongoing construction of 750 low-cost houses at Kawuri village in Konduga. He directed speedy completion of works. In April, Professor Zulum was ferried by a military boat to 28 communities in the shores of Lake Alau. The trip was to prepare for major irrigation activities to restore livelihoods. On the 6th anniversary of Chibok schoolgirls' abduction, Professor Zulum in April sent a delegation to Chibok town to meet parents of 112 girls still missing. Zulum sent words of empathy, hope, accompanied with food, 500 bags and cartons of food items, and 5.6 million naira cash as social support to agonizing parents. Disturbed by threats still posed by Boko Haram, Professor Zulum in April met President Muhammadu Buhari for a one-on-one meeting at the presidential villa in Abuja. In April, Professor Zulum in Mafa town directed the release of 16 operational vehicles to soldiers and volunteers fighting against Boko Haram. In April, Professor Zulum visited a military formation in Gajigana to boost the morale of troops fighting Boko Haram. Also in April, Professor Zulum was at the Maiduguri water treatment plant to inspect maintenance works he authorized through the State Ministry of Water Resources. In April, Professor Zulum invited officials of the DPR, IPMEN, NNPC, and NATO for combined measures against public exploitation through hoarding of petroleum products. He was also at the Boronu Supply Company, which is an existing government enterprise involved in marketing of petroleum products. The governor assessed trucks newly procured for delivery of products and directed the speedy completion of rehabilitation works at a state-owned petroleum station in Maiduguri. Determined to build on the accomplishments recorded less than a year, Professor Zulum in the first week of April spoke on his approach to governance and policy direction.
I want this administration to be principally people-centered with broad-based participation. Those are wide, often for consultations and worldwide advice to take our state to the next level.
Reports by Loretta Omoruyi.